Today is the day. I'm gonna try to draw in public. It's supposed to be really nice here in Maryland, DC area. I love this little area of my room. Right now they're just kind of taped up there, and I'm only taking a few to this show in September. So how do you feel? What's going through your head right now?
Well, I got a little bit bored, but it's all black.
He has his own! Oh, someone got a Switch. We are now a 2-switch household.
That's right.
Oh, it's a proud day. It's a proud, proud day. Oh. Aww. Hey everyone, I wanted to come on and give a little haul. Plus, in the footage before, you will have seen that we are, yes, now a 2-switch household. So if you hear Abner like banging boxes or assembling things back there, that's what's happening. He is putting up his Switch, and so he won't have to use mine. I now have a 2-part camera system, so one overhead, one in front of me. And hopefully that will help, I don't know, see me while I'm discussing some of this stuff, but still seeing the products as well. The first thing in my haul, I've wanted a ceramic porcelain dish for a while. This is just something nice to put your especially inks in, because I right now have been using like to-go boxes. Well, this one has watercolors in it, but I will typically use to-go boxes that you usually get with food and use the lid and stuff for that instead of something that's actually more durable. So I'm really excited about this. This will be a great addition for my inks. I would really love to one day have a bigger porcelain palette, but I really don't do watercolor that often to justify the price, and I really don't know where I would put it right now. I have tons of space, tons of storage, but I really don't know where I'd put it right now. So this will do for right now. I'm really excited about it. All right. Then, oh, and by the way, these things I got at the Plaza Art Materials store that's right next to us, and it was fantastic. This is the T-square. Is that what these are called? T-square? Yep, T-square. T-square aluminum blade and plastic, whatever. Whenever I am measuring out to cut my paper, because my paper comes in huge sheets, I usually use this ruler, and it's fine, like it does the job, but it would make my life so much easier if I could just line it up at the edge and know I'm already making a perfect 90-degree angle. So that is what that is. It's from, I don't even know who the maker, does it say? It's like a little man with a forge. I don't know. Well, that's what it looks like right there. Or I don't know which camera to point to now. So I'll just do both. The next thing I got, and this is in no particular order, I got tracing paper. I use this, in some of my videos you'll notice that I will have something laying down, and usually it's tracing paper, but I ran out. So I've been using sheets of paper, and that's fine, but for some reason I just don't like the texture on my hand, so then I forget about it. Whereas tracing paper, it's thin enough, it's just a lot easier to use. And that's really the only reason I have tracing paper. I don't typically use it to actually draw off of. And if you do, then that's fine. I'm not judging you whatsoever. I particularly don't do that. What is else in my bag of stuff? What else did I get? Oh, okay. I know I got other stuff. So I have seen Denise with In Liquid Color talk about these Pentel Aquash water brushes. That is a mouthful. Pentel Aquash water brush. And I personally have used a water brush for watercoloring once. I think I got it off Amazon. It was a really long time ago. And I went to use it and all the bristles fell out except for maybe 3. It was a bad experience. So I've been turned off with water brushes ever since then. But she has been using this particular one in a lot of her videos, even if she's not traveling. She'll use it in some of her swatch videos. Oh no, actually I think it's her silver black velvet she uses, but I think for some of her paintings for animals, she'll break out this one, and it looks a lot easier than constantly dipping, constantly wetting, all that stuff. So I wanted to give it a go. And Pentel has a really good, what's the word? Really good, Pentel has a really good reputation for their water brushes. So I figured if any water brush will be okay, it would be their water brush, maybe. So we'll see. We'll see on that. I may try to do a demo with it, but it'll be a very loose demo since I've only used one water brush and I didn't technically use it because all the bristles fell out. Then I decided to get a cold press finish, a watercolor pad with the gum around it, and I got this in the 6x6 size because my family wanted me to make graphics for some of our wedding stuff, and so I would rather put it down on paper before I would transport it into a digital format, and then that way I can clean up lines or I can make the background transparent and stuff like that. But I would rather actually do it on traditional media before. Yeah. So I've never used, I guess their company name is Fluid. Yeah, it's Fluid. It's watercolor paper by Fluid, and it's 140 pound, 300 grams, and 15 sheets come in this. So I figured that was enough for me to pop out all these different graphics, and I might put them on here, and I might not. I'm not exactly sure, but this is for wedding stuff, so I didn't want to use some of the paper that cost a whole bunch of money just because I wouldn't be reusing it, or I'm not hanging it up or anything like that. And that was just kind of my thought process on that. All right, what else do we have in my purse? And you'll see in my sketchbook flip through, I ended up going to the tea place that's right next to us and drew. So I have like all my other art supplies in here. It's just kind of a bit of a mess in my purse right now. And oh my gosh, there's so much stuff. Okay, so I am new to gouache. Actually new as in I've never tried it. I've only seen and heard about it from YouTubers. Didn't really know what it was about. I know like the bare minimum. So I ended up just getting Zinc white, and that's to put in my travel palette. I don't like using white or black unless I have to, but watercolor whites just don't make anything pastel enough for me. They're not vibrant enough to appear above ink or above the watercolor itself. To me, I just don't like using white, but I've heard a lot of good things about using Zinc white gouache mixed in with your paints as well. So I'm going to try that out. I might use all these supplies as kind of like a tryout, except for like the tracing paper, because I already know what to use that for. Next I got, if this is German, oh yep, made in Germany. I think it's pronounced Staedtler. Staedtler? I used to take German in college, and back then my dialect was pretty good, but it's completely gone. I think though it's Staedtler. I don't know, but I've heard really good things about this Mars plastic eraser that they have. I've been using the Prismacolor, and I mean, that thing and I go back to college days. That thing's like 10 years old. It's crazy. I just completely dated myself, but it's been through some rough times, and I've heard really good things about this. I wasn't like completely sold with the Prismacolor anyway, and so I hear that this one's really good for getting out, you know, your pencil lines and everything like that. So there we go. I really want to try the Prisma Kohl erase pencils, because when I sketch right now I just use graphite, but that'll be for another haul. And then last but not least, I got these Tortillons. Tortillons. These are like a drawing basic. Drawing 101, you are required to get these blending stumps. And I've been using the actual stumps, but I kind of prefer the ones that you can tear off instead. The stumps are great if you have sandpaper. I don't know where my sandpaper went though, so I can't like sand it off very well. And so sometimes it's better to go back to the basics and get some of these, especially when we're going, I have a couple trips for work coming up, and then Abner and I are going to be going on our honeymoon after our wedding. So I wanted to get supplies that would kind of help me be able to paint some things, draw some things while we are not here. But I do believe that is all for my haul. Was that everything, I think? Right, so that's all I got. Thank you for joining me, and I hope you're having a fantastic day. Bye.